Oh, dearie me. We're right back into trouble, aren't we? For what it's worth, I don't think we necessarily played bad overall. I thought that offensively we created a lot more chances than we have done previously, but it's been the same story for the past 18 months. We just can't put the ball in the back of the net. It takes a wonder strike from Johnny. I say wonder strike, great technique, which is probably about the only thing he did right all game. And a deflection from Cunha. Yes, getting in the right areas, but that was the only way we were going to score today. Because we certainly weren't going to get any penalty decisions, but it was those defensive errors, individual errors are unforgivable. They're absolutely unforgivable. Johnny and Sarr for the third is, if I had a son and he considered a goal like that at age 7, I'd be pulling him off the pitch. It's just calamitous, absolutely calamitous. Maybe no surprise that the second goal came whilst Dawson was off the pitch, just a complete mix-up, and they were queuing up at the back stick. Leeds had a couple of well-worked corners and free-kick routines today, and that was one of them, but it's shocking. The way we concede those goals is unbelievably bad. Unforgivable, really. But like I said, I don't think the performance was that bad. The scoreline is, I don't think fair. We huffed and puffed and we're probably the better side, but Leeds took the chances, had a bit of luck, and perhaps could have wrapped the game up with a couple at 3-0 and didn't manage to do so. So I don't know, perhaps 4-2 is a fair reflection, but it's not. For me, it wasn't a 4-2 game. The red card for me, absolutely no complaints. Núñez getting sent off, I don't know. I get that they're frustrated, but when you're down the bottom, you need your players, you need people to be counted on. And he's not brought him on because he obviously doesn't trust him, and then he goes and does something like that, which is probably backs up his thoughts and feelings on Núñez, which is it's a shocker. It's an absolute shocker, and that's not going to do confidence a world of good. Forest are a poor team. And we have to get 3 points at the City ground. Unfortunately, it's going to be a big ask. If they play like that, they might win the game if they cut out the defensive errors. But yeah, shocking. And everyone's whinging and moaning about the referees. The referees are shit. We know they're shit. They're shit for everyone. Everyone gets these decisions or non-decisions. It does feel like Wolves are getting more than others, but if you focus on winning the game and actually win the game, it doesn't matter what the referee's doing. We need to stop whinging and get stuck in and have a go. Instead of moaning about the referees in post-match press conferences. It's not going to change anything. Go and win the game and you don't have to worry about it. So we'll be without Johnny, who was, again, if ever was a case where I know to spend the rest of the season at left back, today was the case. And no Núñez, which he hasn't, like I said, he hasn't come on today. He obviously doesn't fancy him. Well, he hasn't got a choice now, which is daft. So yeah, a real disappointing one against a Leeds side who I can't believe have beat us twice this season, but they've managed it. I think Javier Gracia made some tactical tweaks today, decided when to press, when to sit off, and it worked. But I think Wolves were in possession, the better side, but individual errors, unforgivable individual errors have let us down massively. Shocking.
Wolves 2, Leeds 4. Utterly shambolic, spineless, toothless, naive, embarrassing. I've had enough of this team, to be quite honest with you. I think there's a lot to be said about the abhorrent officiating again, but I don't really want to keep using that as an excuse for why we're losing football matches. We've lost to Bournemouth and Leeds at home in a month in 6-pointers, and once again, this team, since we've been in the Premier League, I know that the personnel has changed, but there still is a lot of core players in that squad. We don't win big games. We've never won big games. We bottle big games. That's just the truth of it. I think the 4 goals we've conceded, well, actually no, the first 3 goals we've conceded today are awful, like embarrassing, mini soccer goals. Like, I'd be pissed off if I saw my cousin at 11 years old, and his team conceded those goals we conceded today. It's awful, awful, awful defending. First one, Semedo. Far too easy for Nonto just to put it to the byline and put a ball in across the box. So easy. So simple. Second one, Freda at the back post. João Gomez has left Ayling, and again, João Gomez had a decent game actually today, but left Ayling for an easy header. Third one, Johnny. Don't know what the hell he's trying to do. Who's trying to shepherd that ball to? No fucking idea. Kilman, just let him have a shot. Stood off him in the box, about 8 yards out, stood off him, just shifted onto his right foot and put it through Sarr's legs. It's awful. It's too many times. The reason why this Wolves team loses games is we beat ourselves. We do. We beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves. The referees, we get the officials against us. We moan. We bicker. We make too many errors. Too many sloppy errors. They've had 4 shots on target today. Scored all 4 goals. Nunes, again, pushing or putting his hands on an official. I know Bruno Fernandes did it a few weeks ago, but that's because he plays for Man United and they can fucking get away with it. Just don't do it. He's got more red cards for us this season than goals. Petulance, we need him. We need everyone. And to get sent off like that when you're on the bench, he's just, again, just epitomises this team for me at the minute. I think let's get on to the officiating quickly. The penalty in the first half, I think it is a penalty. I don't think it's as much of a penalty as the Jimenez one or some of the other decisions we've had going against us. But for me, there's contact, it's a penalty. I don't understand why VAR hasn't got involved in it. Johnny, red card, it's a red card. I don't care, you can moan about the officials and, not getting decisions our way. Red card's a red card for me. It was a bad challenge. You let the ball run too far and it's gone over the top of the ball. And yeah, it's probably done us a favour, to be honest with you, because again, it worked well for him against Spurs playing against Kulusevski, and he had a decent game. I thought he was pretty poor against Newcastle. I thought he was terrible today. I mean, somehow he scored our volley from 40 yards, which, to give him credit for, it's a good goal. But, yeah, he's probably done us a favour with him out because we're going to have to play out now. And it probably doesn't do us too many, well, it doesn't really hinder us that much, to be honest with you. A few others. Again, Lopetegui just doesn't know his best 11. I said it on the pod this week. He ain't got a clue what in terms of his best 11. I still haven't got it, but I can tell you now, it certainly ain't Daniel Podence, and it certainly ain't Pedro Neto on the right wing. Like, Neto's been shoehorned in to get fit because obviously missed a large part of the season. I don't want to get on his back too much, but he's never a right winger in a million years. We've seen it under Nuno. We've seen it under Bruno for a long time as well. And now we've seen it under Lopetegui. He ain't a right winger. He ain't cute enough to come in and cut inside. His best position is out wide left, driving at defenders, a couple step overs, putting the ball in the box. That's when he was at his best for us, was when he was head down, driving at the defenders. Daniel Podence is the biggest waste of space at this football club. You've got to tell me what he can do. I've seen him get a load of pelts on social media, and I've sort of stuck off it because it ain't my game. I don't want to get on the back of people for no reason. But how he's playing in this football team at the moment, I'll never know. Like, he ain't good enough. Neto ain't up to it at the moment. Jimenez, yeah, I've stuck up for him in the last few weeks as well. Rubbish today. How he's missed that one where Melly's made the save, I've got no idea. Offers us nothing. It's got to go. I beg that we come 17th this season and we can just completely gut it and start it again. The reality is we don't deserve to stay up in this league. I think we don't deserve to stay up. We don't score enough goals. If we go down, it's our own fault. The Lopetegui magic's already running off and rubbing off a little bit now. That Forest game in a few weeks is massive.
It's another team that's come to Wolves that are below us in the table and have took the absolute piss out of us. Absolutely shocking. Conceding 4 goals at home is shocking. It's not, plain and simple, it's not good enough. final score, obviously, of today's game, Wolves 2, Leeds 4. To be completely honest with you, the defensive calamities that we were making, Jesus Christ, we just switched off so many times and we just didn't look like we was going to improve defensively. You look at the team selection before the start, I was really annoyed that Podence, Jimenez was starting, because both of them have proven time and time again that they are not good enough. They're not the players that are going to be, you know, getting us results, not just for the future, but for now. Podence, bear in mind, he's the top goal scorer. He's got 5 goals. But just because he's got 5 goals and just because he's the top goal scorer doesn't mean he should be automatically shoehorned into the starting 11. He is well and truly not good enough. The first goal in the first 5 minutes was absolutely abysmal. I mean, it was just so easy. Bear in mind, I haven't seen any of the highlights back. The highlights might prove me wrong by the time this video comes out. But the first goal, it just seemed so easy that we was going to break down the right-hand side. The first opportunity that they had, it seemed like Semedo was very easily going to be beaten. It was just, you know, lucky that we had the players in the right position, i.e. Mario Lemina. Their goal comes, again, from a very similar passage of play, which we don't react from the first time it happens, and then we just concede a really avoidable goal. It's just really frustrating that no one was there to come out. Can't blame Sarr for that one, that was shocking. And then the longer the first half went on, the more it just seemed like we had a little bit of passage of play, we got the crowd going a little bit, but we just didn't look like scoring. Their goalkeeper didn't even make a single save. I also do respect the fact that the referee warned the goalkeeper 5 times that, you know, he was done for time wasting in that first half. Naturally, 2 minutes was added on, and the goalkeeper, of course, was naturally not booked, because, you know, the referees are probably some of the... We're the best league in the world, and we've got the world's shittest officials. It's a fucking abysmal. Second half, what the fuck are we doing for that goal? Ayling's just got a free run on his man. He's got to duck down to try and win that header. He just doesn't know what he's doing, does he? Bless him. It's just absolutely horrendous. Third goal, same again. Johnny Otto, absolutely abysmal. He shouldn't be playing ahead of Rayan Aït-Nouri, which we all know is a completely different player and completely better in terms of what he can do with Johnny. I mean, there was a thing of Johnny, you know, he was not playing in his natural position. He wasn't happy that he wasn't playing in his natural position. Plays his natural position today. Of course, he gives away a fucking goal. Absolutely abysmal defending from him, considering they brought on a right back to try and see out the game and they go 3-0 up. Just shocking. Absolutely shocking. And then you look at some of the other decisions that went our way as well, like some of the decisions, like the fouls we weren't getting in their way. But the problem was, every single time Leeds tried to stop our attack, they closed us down, they just committed that tactical foul, which is something that we do not do enough. That's something that we've been screaming out for God knows how long. I mean, Johnny scores a goal, which is quite lucky, but even still, there wasn't really much celebration from me. I was just like, well, we've got one. It's a bit of luck. I mean, the goalkeeper from there was absolutely shocking in that decision-making. Cunha gets one back in there at 3-2. At that point, we had the opportunity to press on, try and get the equaliser. You know, there was the real opportunity there. There was the optimism. João Gomez going in for a tackle and celebrating that tackle. Only then for fucking Johnny to go and fucking ruin it with a stupid tackle. As much as you want to debate if it's a red card or not, he should not be making a tackle which allows the referee to make a decision, because you knew what the referee was going to do right from the first to the last. Ever since we've complained about them, every single week we've not had a decision which has changed the absolute game. Semedo in the first half, that tackle from Johnny, which it's open for interpretation. By the time the video goes out, you all might have seen the tackle and you might see it's a red card. But then the decisions after that as well, like there was the opportunity there and we blew the opportunity to get the equaliser. Fourth goal, I'll be completely honest with you, I walked out as soon as it was 4-0. I went straight to the bar to get myself a beer. And I don't even know, like, it's not bad, it's not great when you're seeing your star midfielder having to be held back by other players because of how abysmal that decision was from the referee. That is one of the worst referees we've had come to us. For me, the worst refereeing performance I've seen at Wolves was when we played Bournemouth and Mike Jones was the referee. That Michael Sainsbury has made it worse. Of course, on VAR, you've got David Coote, who doesn't have a clue what he's doing. You've got a couple of others who are absolutely shocking. You've got Andre Mariner, a Villa fan, as the fourth official. What else do you expect? You're not going to get a decision from these bastards, are you? But it's just really, really annoying that another team that's below us in the table can come to Molineux and I'd almost say take the absolute fucking piss out of Wolverhampton Wanderers at home again. Before today, I'm looking at this and we desperately needed 3 points. This is one of those games where you have to win. These are your must-wins. These are your 6 pointers at the end of the season. Results like that today are going to cost us in the long run. I don't necessarily think we're going to go down, but the longer, if we play like that in the next couple of weeks, the more worried I am that I genuinely think it might happen. Anyway, thanks for having me on Talking Wolves, and I'll see you when I see you. Cheers, lads.
Right, very quickly, I've got the flu, so this is why I look at state, and this is on because my hair's all over the place. Just want to say very quickly, VAR or not, ref decisions, they've been terrible, we know that. But we've got to stop, it's got to stop coming down to that. We had that many chances today against Leeds. Neto, that one in the 6-yard box, he should put your foot through the ball. We try to be too cute sometimes, and it's our downfall. Put your foot through the ball. Sarabia was the same, he had a couple of chances. Put your laces through it. Stop trying to be too cute. And also, I ain't Daniel Pedenti's biggest fan. I think he's a liability. I'm out. Thanks. Cheers.
Leeds 4, Wolves 2. I'll get the referee out of the way first. Absolute disgrace. Foul on Semedo at the beginning. Could have been a penalty. Not even looked at. Apparently VAR had a look at it, didn't send the referee to the monitor. Didn't give it. Completely lost the game at the end of the first half. You know, time wasting, going on all over the place. Just not interested. Second half, what can you say? How he's allowed that fourth goal to stand. I mean, I can see from, I'm in the Steve Ball on the other side, and I can see from there that he's pulled him. VAR have clearly thought the same, sent him over to the monitor for making an error, and he still hasn't given it. I just don't, he stood there for 1, 2, 3 minutes, look at that monitor. God knows what he's looking at. But VAR have sent him there because it's a clear and obvious error. And he still doesn't give it. I don't think it necessarily makes a difference to result, and I'll come on to that in a bit, but I just really don't understand how we keep getting these referee performances week after week after week. Yeah, the Johnny one, yeah, I thought he probably could have gone. I haven't seen it back again. Did think he'd gone over the ball and caught the guy. But then the video that we get in the ground, in the corner, you can't see. It's from behind Johnny. All you can see is his foot's up, and you can't even see him connect with the bloke's leg. So if that's what the referee's looking at, again, don't understand how he's given that decision. But I don't have a massive issue with that one. But just the standard of refereeing, it's the Premier League. It's not non-league. It's not a Sunday morning. It's not kids. This is Premier League football with millions of pounds on the line, with millions of fans watching worldwide week after week. And this is the type of refereeing performance we get. Just an absolute disgrace. But onto the football. You can't go 1-0 down after 6 minutes. Semedo got done 3, 4, 5 times by their winger before they eventually scored. He can't be doing that. He's got to get tighter. He can't let the guy run at him. You know he's a dangerous player. Just terrible from Semedo. But when the ball does come into the box, their play just reacts quickest. We've got, looks like we had 4, 5, 6 men back, and no one's got on it. You know, their guys got there first, sticks the ball in the back of the net. But we're then all over them for the rest of the first half. We could have had, I don't know how many chances, how many goals we could have got first half, but can't stick the ball in the back of the net. And no one seems to be able to actually score a goal. That first half kind of summed that up, really. Come out second half, start okay. And then again, after 5 minutes from a corner, ball's in the back of the net again, and you're 2-0 down. And you just, we do it to ourselves. They're not a good side, Leeds. I'm sorry, they were poor today. Not saying we were much better, although on the balance of play we probably were. But they're a poor side. But it looked like everyone just ducked out the way for the corner, and they end up sticking it in the back of the net. You're 2-0 down, and you face an uphill battle. Johnny then, for some reason, decides to somehow shepherd a ball that's not moving inside more or less his own 6-yard box. No idea what happened there. He seemed to mess it up initially. Then he won the ball back. And then he just stands there, gets bullied off the ball, and it goes in the back of the net, and it's 3-0. Which, to be honest, at that point, should have been all over. As it turned out, was all over. Decent finish from Johnny for his goal. Ball's 35 yards, 40 yards out, and he's spotted the open goal and stuck it in the back of the net. Fair play to him. I mean, other than that, he was atrocious. Not that Semedo on the other side was any better. Ironically, we looked better on the right-hand side when we played no winger, and Adama played there instead. So, figure that one out. Although they did take their winger off, which I was quite pleased about. But it just you can't go 3-0 down. 3-0 down at home to a team second bottom in the table. It's just not good enough. The defending is not good enough. The midfield for me are non-existent at times. They sit too deep. At one point, you could have thrown a blanket over the three of them, and they were inside our own half. Gomez was absolutely knackered by the end of it, but I thought he had an okay game. Lamina ended up playing most of it centre half, did okay. Neves, I thought, probably the pick of the bunch before he went off, and Moutinho did okay when he come on as well. Adama really changed the game today. Brilliant performance from him down that right-hand side. He could and probably should have had 4 or 5 assists. One in particular into Jimenez, literally on his foot, and he somehow kicks it at the keeper. I don't understand how he hasn't scored, to be honest. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say a good save, but I haven't seen it again. But yeah, to summarise, absolutely disgraceful refereeing performance, and a not much better Wolves performance, if I'm honest. Yes, we turned it around in the last 20 minutes and we played okay, but you can't concede 3 goals at home to second bottom of the league. Just not good enough.